Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen. This is Hard Rock University. This is the view from my office. And this is my hoistman here. And she is being very environmentally conscious because she's using solar heating and atmospheric motion air conditioning. So doing pretty good. Now she's found out if she takes her cell phone and presses it against the metal of the head frame, she gets 2 bars of reception here. So she doesn't complain too much. Anyhow, we're in the middle of another trip here. This is ore. And let me go down and show you the pluses and minuses and the concerns right now. In the afternoon we tend to get a little bit of light coming down the decline, so it's a good time to take pictures. Okay. Oh, what's that darkness? Anyhow, this is the vein right here. And as you can see, the previous miners dug into that, which is giving a good indication that should be some pretty good grade there. Unfortunately, it's not very wide. Now you can tell how wide it is because you can actually see the color change pretty readily. So it's that wide, about 8-9 inches. Oh, I see what it is in my hat. The light from my hat. Now, that, even if it was an ounce to the ton, is not going to be profitable in general because there's just too little of it. We got to move all this waste. We got to put in ground support. We got transportation, etc. So even if this was pretty good stuff, it's still just too narrow. My usual rule is at least 1 foot, 1 ounce per ton. On the other hand, if we look down here, this widens out substantially. Light's kind of tough to figure out there. I mean, they took it at least 4 feet wide at the bottom, and they did not up here. So that indicates to me that it was ore all that width, at least according to what they thought was ore. And you can see it kind of almost steps a little bit there as this fault line broke and things happened. Other things happened, and you know, it takes a lot of time and smarts to figure exactly what happened out. What I care about is how big is the vein. And up here they didn't take any more than they had to. Up there, they didn't take any more than they had to. That's about 2 feet or so. Down here, oh yeah, they took quite a bit. And those rails are 22 inches apart, something like that. So that's about 4 feet. And they went straight down to the floor. So my guess is somewhere around there is how wide the vein is. Either that or this wall over here was so crappy that they just had to move it for safety, but that's not their usual MO. And right down here, again, they dug in here, but right here, this rock only goes down a short distance before they were undercutting it too. see if we can get that. See, down in here, they were kind of interested in it. So, my guess is this is going to widen out substantially here real quick. See how they use the ties as kind of steps. But that's basically what happens. And then down there, about as far as you can see with my light, there's that's the 40-foot level down there. And they really opened it up. But I mean, right here, that's got to be, I don't know, 15 feet high at the back in there, above the rails. Again, that's because there was something juicy there. So, our hopes are, as soon as we get down a few feet, this will widen out again. And we can start making some money. Right now I'm getting really tired. I've busted a lot of hard waste rock to get that little vein. I mean, you can see up here it was a little over a foot wide. That was fairly standard, and now it's down to this right here. So that's what's happening right now. Right now I'm in a very narrow section of vein, and we're hoping it opens up. Quite frankly, if it doesn't open up, financially it's going to be a real challenge. Here, the veins from here to there. It's about 3 feet. This, actually a little less. This stole is 32 inches. So, call it 28 inches or thereabouts. But see how wide that is all the way through? That's what I'm hoping for down here. Now, if it only comes part way into this floor here, then what we may have to do is bring this ladder track out, so we're not just digging a bunch of waste back in here. It's pretty easy to dig to about here. Then life gets difficult. No sense keep doing that if we don't need to. We'll get down a few more feet, see what happens to the vein, and then decide if we want to reposition that ladder track. The head frame's adjustable. I don't know if you can see those brace rods up there. The light's pretty harsh. But those rods are threaded rods for a reason. That way you can adjust the angle on that head frame to whatever you need. We could loosen those bolts up there, put a spacer under this one, put a bigger spacer under this one, and just bring things out. And I mean, we could pull this out to here, no problem. Then all that stuff wouldn't be an issue anymore. We shall see. What I want to do is get down there first and then decide what to do back here. So anyhow, from inside the Middle Decline Montana B, where it's significantly cooler than it is upstairs, happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.